Now, welcome back, South Africa, and we've decided to take this a little bit abroad, and I've made sure to include Santa's little helper in this next recipe. What are we making?
Well, hello, sailor. We are making Christmas puddings.
Puddings, and a Christmas menu is not complete without a delicious pudding. These Christmas puddings we're about to make are sweet, spicy, all things nice, packed with clover, fruits of the forest, and Christmas flavours. Individual desserts give a modern twist to a very traditional pudding. I wanted to say pudding, but it's not a pudding. It's a pudding. Explain to us what we're making, Jay.
We're going to start on our pudding. Cream your eggs not your eggs, your sugar and your butter. Okay, then you're going to incorporate your eggs one by one. You really want to take your time with that, but we're just going to speed it up a little bit because, you know...
I just wanted to ask, most times people don't understand why we add eggs into a mixture one by one. Do you want to explain that to us?
So what usually happens is if you add them too quickly, it tends to split the mixture. So the albumin in the eggs sort of separate. So the idea to incorporate them one at a time is to emulsify them into the mixture. You really want them to be incorporated and to have the most amount of volume. So that's very important at this step. And also keeping your eggs at room temperature is always like a good tip to avoid the mixture splitting. So you're going to whisk that away. And again, a simple recipe. We're going to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. So I'm going to add the final step of this, of the wet ingredients, and that's just a 1/4 cup of clover fruits of the forest. We're using Cape fruits, sort of staying, you know, local is lekker, you know.
We're going abroad, but keeping it local and using clover fruits of the forest, which can be enjoyed on its own as a breakfast offering with a specially selected cereal mix containing oats, granola and seeds for a crunchy taste experience. It's nothing but real fruit, real cereal and real taste, and I'm about to get real with these real fruits that I'm chopping up over here. So I've got some dried fruits that are going into these puddings of ours now. Is there a type of fruit mix that you want, dried fruit mix, or can you add any dried fruit?
So usually you can go to the supermarket, they have a Christmas fruit mix that you can use, but use whatever fruits are available, use some nuts, you know, girl, you were going more like to the north. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take it to the west. Yeehaw!
Okay, so I'm adding all of this together, and this is the mixture we've got here. I see we've got some almonds, we've got some raisins, we've got some apples as well, some dried apples. We've got a mixture of different kinds of fruits. Could we use fresh fruit?
You could use fresh fruit, but remember, fresh fruit has an insane amount of moisture. So it would just mean you would have to cook it down to really reduce the level of moisture. So that's essentially why you use dried fruits. You have sort of rehydrated them with some orange juice. So just to plump them up again and give them some life, you know. But dried fruit is always best in a recipe like this.
Okay, and how long does this go into the oven to bake?
But you got to give it a stir, just quickly, give it a stir.
The lucky stir.
Okay. Done. So we're going to put it in, and it's going to go into the oven. Actually, you know, I'm doing this wrong. So we're going to do this as a bain-marie, just to keep the pudding cooking nice and evenly. So what you do is put it into a nice deep dished oven tray. Okay. Be very careful with pouring the water in, sort of halfway to the pudding. Cover it with foil into the oven at 180 degrees for about 40 minutes.
Delicious, but like I said, if you want to get the recipe in details, go to afternoonexpress.co.za.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.